Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. Thank you guys all so much for being here and your continued love and support. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So today's pick a card reading, we are doing the clarity that you need right now. So we're going to be asking spirits about any messages that you need to hear that's going to provide you the clarity that you need surrounding a situation that is on your mind. If there is by chance more than one thing that you feel like you're needing clarity on, you certainly can choose a different pile or group for a different subject. But these are the choices that we do have today. For group one, you are going to be this Jade here. So Jade for group number one. For group two, the Strawberry Obsidian. For group three, you are going to be this yellow, I believe, Jasper. And that is for group number three. So once again, the clarity that you need right now, whatever that situation may be, we're just going to kind of leave it open and allow Spirit to come through in this reading to provide some guidance. I do also want to say a quick thank you to AJ for donating this Everyday Witch Oracle, which we are going to be using for the reading today. So thank you, AJ, so much for donating that. For those of you that do want to donate a deck to the channel, I do have my link in the description box that'll take you directly to the Amazon link there. So the clarity that you need right now, group one, the Jade crystal. For group number two, we have Strawberry Obsidian. And then for group number three, we have a yellow Jasper. Timestamps will be down below for you guys, and I will see you at your reading. Hi group one. So those of you that resonated with the Jade crystal, this is going to be a reading today. So we're asking Spirit about the clarity that you need right now. Let's look at your first card here. We have Lioness. Courage and wisdom are your natural allies. So perhaps this is a need for kind of getting solar plexus energy here, which is your confidence. Perhaps there is something that you're needing to, for some of you, I'm just starting to feel this energy right now. I don't feel like this is all of you, but for some of you, you're facing something that is difficult, that perhaps is a little challenging. It feels a little heavy. Okay, for some of you, I'm getting a feeling of a little bit of heaviness here. And it is going to be something that does require you to be very confident about you making this decision. A lot of your courage and inner strength with this. Another thing that it was coming through before I started recording for you guys was that some of you are going through some type of energetic purification process. So you might notice that there's a lot of things that are coming up for you to purge and to clear. I'm also getting a lot of crown chakra, okay, crown chakra tingling. So those of you that are, very intuitive and tuned into your connection to source, your higher self, this could be that you are receiving a lot of information downloads. So it is going to be important for you to make sure that you are taking time to practice stillness, quieting the mind, so that you can be consciously aware of the information that Spirit is giving to you at this time that's going to guide your path. For some of you, it could be that Spirit's trying to get your attention, okay? Trying to help to get your attention so that you are receiving what it is that they're trying to give to you. So again, same advice here. There's a need for meditation, stillness, grounding, spending time out in nature. If you can, going for a walk to kind of clear your mind. So let's start with the tarot. I'm also noticing there's a big mountain that is behind her. Now this could be that some of you have just overcome some type of obstacle, some type of block, or some of you may even be needing to face something here. So we'll see what's coming through with the tarot. It reminds me a lot of the Strength card with her right next to the lion. I would also suggest, being that you have a lion present here coming through, that you look up the spiritual symbolism. I'm kind of feeling this energy very powerful. It's moving from my crown all the way to my root chakra. That might be part of this purification process, is really opening up that channel. Because sometimes with your crown chakra tingling, this can be a need for kind of working on clearing and opening up that pathway so that you're in energetic alignment here to receive. Okay, let's see. Group 1, what is the clarity that you need right now? Some of you I'm getting, and this may be totally unrelated here, but some of you, I'm getting this is clearing blockages to your abundance, removing obstacles on your path. What is the clarity that you need right now, Group 1? Yeah, that's funny. I was just gonna say that I was getting that some of you are stuck, and we have the Hangman here. The Hangman, Pisces energy, it is really related to Neptune energy. So the Hangman is about receiving insight, enlightenment. It's a change or a shift of perspective, and that change or shift of perspective, or looking at something from a different point of view, might help to give you the clarity that you need so that you can get moving, unstuck. The Hangman can also be about taking a pause. Taking a pause so we can get some perspective on something. So if you've been trying to, see how you're going to approach something, the Hangman is about being in a space of surrender, meaning letting go of the need to control something. Let's see. What is the clarity that you need right now, Group 1? We have the 7 of Pentacles. I don't think I'm going to fit more than that up here. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Swords. We have the Devil. The Seven of Pentacles energy here is a need to reassess or reevaluate. There's something about time and investment here. Time and investment. We have the King of Swords. So we have Capricorn and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ten of Pentacles. Two of Cups. Okay, Four of Pentacles. Wow. We have both the Queen and the King of Swords here. Okay. And some of you, I do feel like this is perhaps related to a relationship. Okay. That's the one that's coming through right now, but it for some of you this looks like a long-term relationship, perhaps romantic partnership. For some of you it might even be, you know, related to career, because the Ten of Pentacles can also talk about our wealth and abundance and something that has security to it. So I'm just, like I said, I'm going to leave it open, but it looks like there's something that you have committed your time, your effort into nurturing something. And right now, perhaps you may be feeling stuck. Perhaps this is feeling like things are not progressing in the way that you had hoped or the way that you've liked. And so there could be a need for reassessing, reevaluating what you are putting your time and your energy into, whether that is a romantic relationship or your career. And the King of Swords, is a need for looking at things very clearly and taking decisive action. With the Five of Swords and the Devil energy here, there could be a person, it may not be all of you, but there could be a person surrounding you where there is perhaps some type of toxic energy. There may be manipulation here. Now, this can be that your own emotions have you manipulated you, or there has been a person that has been manipulative. Being that we do have the influence of Neptune here, Neptune can talk about illusions or delusions. And so there also might be this element here of disillusionment, meaning that you might needing to be seeing something for what it really is. Meaning that if you have been in a romantic relationship, or even say like a marriage, and there is some type of codependency, attachment, or maybe even some, I want to say maybe some lower vibrational energies that exist, maybe saying like a toxic relationship. And there is a fear of letting this person go. Or, you know, either that person manipulating you into, say, like staying in that illusion, right, of happiness and partnership, and perhaps even telling yourself that you're happy when deep inside you may feel like you're not. You know, it could be that the other person is manipulating you, your emotions, or it might be your own emotions that are keeping you stuck in that. Because we do have the Four of Pentacles here, which can be about an attachment. It can talk about clinging or holding on, gripping onto something very tight with a fear of losing it because it may be a form of security. So that might be a relationship for some of you, or something romantic, or a job, a career. And the devil energy can be something that blocks us from, makes us feel confined, restricted. So it might even be like a relationship that's kind of holding you back. The disillusionment comes from you really seeing, are we holding on because we genuinely feel happy with the job or with the relationship? Or is it afraid of making that change? Now, the Five of Swords can also talk about self-sabotaging thoughts. The devil energy is also rooted in fear, self-doubt. So some of you might be wanting to make some kind of decision to maybe leave something or free yourself from something. But again, we might have a fear of letting go. So I do want to clarify this a little bit further. I'm seeing, because we had both the King and the Queen of Swords here. For some of you, there is a need for being honest with yourself or even another person about maybe how you feel. Some of you could be feeling indecisive with that Hangman energy about future direction. So let's see what's underneath here. The Seven of Wands and the Five of Cups. So there may be a feeling of discouragement here. We've got Temperance, Sagittarius. This Five of Cups can be grief as well. So there may be even grief over making some type of choice or decision. Maybe that's why Spirit's saying courage here. So let's keep going with this and see what is coming through here. If this doesn't sound like your situation that you've got going on, then I would suggest choosing a different pile. Let's look at this Hangman first. The Queen of Swords is also about using discernment. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords are very wise archetypes within the tarot. They are the embodiment of clarity, truth, power, authority. This may be your truth. What is this Hangman energy here? Some of you might even feel like you're stuck in a relationship with the Devil here. Why is this? Let's see, we got the Five of Wands. Four of Swords. And we have the Ace of Pentacles coming in reverse. Okay. I feel like there's an opportunity for a new beginning here, but perhaps this is something that you are turning down, or that there's some kind of blockage here. And it may be the indecision surrounding this new beginning for yourself. The Five of Wands can talk about change. Fives are about change. But this can also be about inner conflict that you feel with inside of yourself, maybe about the change. Some of you, this Ace of Pentacles could represent a new job, a new career. And the Four of Swords energy is a need for taking time to reflect, meditate on something clear. This is about, because both of these energies, when we're in this space, we're able to receive again the insight, the enlightenment, the answers that we need. Let's look at why this devil is here. The Page of Swords. Eight of Swords. Okay. The Eight of Swords is a mental prison of negativity, of our own doing. We may be feeling like we are stuck or trapped in this energy. And the Ace, what is this? The Page of Swords here. This could be a need for you to kind of observe your own thoughts, your own negative thoughts here. So perhaps if you're kind of perceiving whatever your situation is, like I'm stuck here, or fear, you know, kind of holding you back, there's a need for you with the page to observe that and to, I feel like, look deeper into this, because the devil does have to talk about our ego, our shadow self, which could certainly be this feeling of possession, control. It's a very oppressive energy. Let's see. There's the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. This is clouded judgment, a lack of clarity. Could be irrational fears, not seeing something clearly, perhaps not seeing this devil energy. Either this is something within you, or there's like I said, maybe a situation, a person surrounding you. Okay, what is this Five of Swords energy here? We have the Chariot and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so with the Chariot energy, this is about having the willpower to move forward. Maybe some of you are at a crossroads here and, you know, undecided about what path to take. But I feel like with the Ace of Wands here, you are receiving some type of divine inspiration here, an idea. Maybe some of you, it's a spark of creativity that is guiding you towards some type of movement. But the Five of Swords, like I said, can be about self-sabotaging thoughts. So it could even be these thoughts that keep you stuck here, the inner turmoil, inner conflict of maybe even not knowing what that new beginning looks like for you, or what direction to go in. Could be a situation where there is a lack of clarity here, indecision, maybe even a fear of making the wrong choice, choosing the wrong path. Let's look at the King of Swords here. Wow, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is about clarity. It's about some type of truth, some type of epiphany, realization. It's a breakthrough. And in this Ace of Swords here, the witch is pointing the sword toward the sky. We're like kind of like piercing right through the clouds. So perhaps for some of you, right through the clouded energy, the illusion, right, again, that the devil brings here. This is you breaking through that. Whatever this force of energy is, like I said, some of you, it might be another person, or your own thoughts that are kind of manipulating you, that are making you feel stuck or indecisive and not moving forward with what you know your inner truth to be. Let's see, what is this King of Swords? Now, King of Swords is very, very direct. I mean, Queen of Swords is too, but King of Swords is about facts and about the cold, hard truth about a situation. You know, being very blunt, straightforward, direct about something. No messing around. And it's kind of like where we take our feelings, emotions, fears, insecurities out of the equation and look at what's left. Like, what is that truth that we need to see, that we need to face, or decision? You know, the Ace of Swords can also talk about an idea. So maybe if some of you have an idea that has sparked something within you that is saying to you, let's move forward with this. And you're questioning, like, should I really? I don't know, you know, if I should embark on this new beginning here or take this opportunity. And we've got 3 aces here. Yes, the Ace of Pentacles is in reverse position, which is some kind of block here. I think I want to clarify that. But this kind of looks like, are we staying in the comfort zone? Are we holding on to something because it's comfortable? Or are we afraid of change here? Have we gone complacent, let's just say, in a relationship? Is it really fulfilling our needs? Why is the King of Swords here? Look at that, 8 of Cups. Okay, so here it is right here. Whatever this situation is, the Ace of Swords is the breakthrough. It's the clarity. It's the truth. 8 of Cups is about walking away, okay? Leaving something behind. Letting something go. Moving on from something. Moving on, moving forward. We got the Chariot here. Cancer energy. So this might be some type of fact or truth that we need to face. Something that Spirit is trying to bring to you. So if you're asking yourself, like, should I leave this job? Should I pursue a new career path? Yes. Should I leave this relationship? If it's something that's no longer fulfilling for you emotionally, the answer is yes. Don't hold on just because of attachment, codependency, feelings of guilt, maybe even for some of you, a fear of being alone could be a thing, especially if there's codependency here. Let's look at this 4 of Pentacles. Or even say if you've been in the relationship with the partner for a long time, you're saying, okay, I've been with this person for such a long time, but I'm not happy. I don't like with this, when I've invested my time and energy here, I don't like the results. I'm not happy with it, you know? So in a way, don't hold on to it for the sake of the longevity, or because you've been with the person for a long time, or because you've been at the job for a long time. Ask yourself if you really feel fulfilled, right? And this is where this is asking you to be very honest with yourself. Your soul's truth, right? Why is the 4 of Pentacles here? So this looks like a big decision about moving forward with something. So I can see why with the Lioness here, courage and wisdom. You know, perhaps with that wisdom, you can take a look at your past, right? And the choices that you've made in the past and where they have led you. And we learn from that, right? Even though sometimes we might feel like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have made this choice, but we gain wisdom from it. We gain insight. So we have the Ace of Cups. Look at all the aces here? Yeah. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. This is new beginning energy. Opportunity for a new beginning. Some of you, it's going to be a new beginning in love. We have the Hermit. So the Hermit is, for some of you, this could be, like, let's just say you're in a relationship right now and you feel like, you know what, I don't know if this is really for me, this partnership. So you might be deciding to just be solo, which is perfectly okay. The Hermit energy is about solitude. It's about being on a journey of self-discovery. It is about connecting with our inner wisdom, knowledge. It's about healing. For somebody, this might be a journey of self-love. It could be that you're choosing you, okay? Some of you might be really opening up to your creativity, following your intuition. Your intuition might be calling you inward with the Hermit, certainly. Let's get one more actually for this. We've got Virgo energy here. Look at that. 9 of Pentacles at the bottom. This is being self-made, self-sufficient, financially independent, having a strong sense of self, identity, single, okay? For some of you, single. Some of you might be wanting to kind of embark on a journey of, what is it? Entrepreneurship. Be more, make choices or decisions because you want to be more financially secure or stable. Have a job that you are going to retire from that provides more financial security. Some of you could be holding on to a job that does have long-term financial security. But again, you've got to ask yourself here, do I really feel fulfilled? Sometimes we hold on to the job because it does give us that security, especially for those of you that have put in time and energy, or you have a degree and you've paid a lot of money for that degree. And it could be a difficult decision, like, wow, do I want to start all over again with pursuing a passion of mine, or, with this idea that I have. And I do feel like Spirit's encouraging you to follow what your heart's desire is. And you could be allowing the self-doubt to block you, right? Because our Ace of Pentacles is in reverse, to block you from making that choice or decision. And it is going to be something that does require a lot of willpower, a lot of determination, a lot of focus to lead yourself towards victory and success and accomplishment. The Chariot is about powerful movement forward. It's about gaining momentum, advancing. Maybe some of you want to advance in your career, or even to level up in terms of the types of romantic relationships that you want in your life. You might find, if this is tied into something romantic, that the level of love that this person is offering to you, that you've outgrown, that you feel like it's not enough, like this person maybe isn't doing enough, it's not fulfilling for you, and their capacity to love may only be at a certain level, and you're discovering that, and you're just like, I want more from a romantic relationship. I want to, try something else. So let's get one more for this 4 of Pentacles here. Ten of Swords, wow. Yeah, some of you might be ending something here, or needing to end something. The Ten of Swords can be a painful ending. So for those of you that are in a long-term relationship or in a marriage that you're not happy in, the Ten of Swords could certainly be a divorce, a breakup. The Ten of Swords can also represent a lot of thinking here, just being mentally drained. Let's see. Let's look at this Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and then we're going to move on to some Oracle. Why is this Ace of Pentacles in reverse? The Star is in reverse. Aquarius energy. Ten of Wands. There's the Strength card. Yeah, Strength. Leo energy, Aquarius. I feel like some of you might be feeling like this is too hard. This is challenging. The star energy in reverse can be a loss of faith, a loss of hope, a lack of trust, not believing in yourself, not being confident in yourself. Again, we got the solar plexus energy here. You know, some of you might feel like if this is going to be, like, especially if it's career, you might be feeling like this is going to be too hard to start over. Whether that's love or work, career. And that's what the star in reverse, this is more pessimistic thinking, right? That goes into what we're seeing over here. So strength is about you being brave, courageous, confident. It's learning to overcome your fears, to calm them, so that you can focus on what you're doing, right? This decision here. And I'm seeing justice at the bottom as I say that. Justice, Libra energy. Justice is about making the right choice, the right decision. It's about doing what is best for your highest good. Okay, your highest good. There's the Fool. So this feels we're letting something go. We're embarking on a new journey. The Fool is about opening yourself up to new possibilities, unlimited potential. This gives you an opportunity to rewrite your story, start a new book or a new chapter of life, however you wish to look at that. So, Knight of Swords, this is focus, this is action. The Eight of Wands, this could be putting energy in motion. Yes, taking action here. I'm also feeling, because I'm noticing that her wands are kind of like spinning in that vortex of this tornado. Maybe for some of you, it's a need to, if you're feeling like your energy's a little bit scattered here, to kind of get a little bit more zeroed in and focused, dialed in. Okay, especially with that Knight of Swords there. Knight of Pentacles, yep. So Knight of Pentacles, there's the Queen of Wands. Knight of Pentacles is about, some of you could be procrastinating, dragging your feet. Like there could be some hesitation here. But the Knight of Pentacles is also about being committed, dedicated, taking slow and steady steps towards what you want for the long term. It's about being purposeful and intentional in the seeds that you're planting. So this is where Spirit is giving you, again, that opportunity with the Fool here to start fresh. But we're not just going to jump into anything in a sense that you're not thinking about what you're doing, right? We're going to make sure that this new chapter, this new book that you're writing here for your life is going to be one that is done with intention, so that you make sure that everything that you give and invest your time and energy to is something that is going to be fruitful for you. Okay? Because you're focused on what you really want. So you can take your time, right, with working towards whatever that might be for you, but this is about being wise with your investment and about giving your time and energy to the things that matter the most to you, the things that are most meaningful, the things that are going to lead you towards the outcome that you want to achieve, so that you get your mark, you know what your goal is, and you go after it, whether it is a more fulfilling relationship or a job that is more, not only that gives you the security that you want, but also that is emotionally fulfilling for you, right? Because I've been there, at jobs. For those of you that don't know my story, I've got a nursing degree. I went to school, I worked as a nurse, and I just kind of felt like, no, this isn't it. This isn't what I want to do. I don't want to do this. So I spent a lot of money on my degree and, with school loans and everything, but it just wasn't doing it for me. You know, it wasn't fulfilling. And so I decided to walk away. I decided to do something else, and here we are. But it was a difficult decision because, of course, with nursing, it's secure. You know, you've got a job, you make good money, but it was a risk that I felt the universe was kind of calling me in that direction, and I went for it. And you know, so I can understand, especially with, for those of you that are in that situation where it's like the overwhelming feeling of like, what if I fail? What if I make the wrong choice? What if I totally mess up my life? You know, all those fears that kind of come with that, or even with relationship, like, you know, because you could be thinking like, what if I never find somebody again? What if, you know, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life? For some of you that want to end up in another relationship, some of you, you know, might be fine with being single, staying single, and kind of doing your own thing, and that works for you. But for those of you that do want to have, you know, another relationship, then that can be scary. We could be asking ourselves, like, do I really want to let this go with the risk of maybe I don't ever find someone again? And right, and that's all that negativity, a pessimistic way of looking at that opportunity for a new beginning. So again, this is where Spirit is asking you to be brave, confident, courageous in what your truth is telling you about this. And I feel like Spirit is guiding you towards that new beginning. So let's pull some oracle here, and let's see what else Spirit's about the clarity that you need right now. Again, strength and resilience. Strength and resilience. And in this picture here, she's got her wand right up to the sky. It looks like there's this wind that's kind of surrounding her with all these leaves that are falling. And this gives me this element of transformation, of setting the intention. It's very magician-like energy, you know, of Spirit kind of showing to you that you can direct and focus your energy here. Magician energy is very much about willpower and about focused intention. I feel like this is where Spirit is saying that you have this powerful ability to create change, and to know that you are all these, this kind of reminds me of Stonehenge here, but all of this support, you know, we have this solid rock that's kind of surrounding her here. These little cats to me are kind of like that symbol of the intuition that's kind of guiding you towards creating this change, releasing things that are no longer serving, where she's kind of using this energy and perhaps even transmuting it into something else, creating something else here. Okay, so let's get some final cards here for your group one. You know, some of you, it could be leaving a toxic job, a toxic work environment. Anything else for group one? We have ignite ambition, pursue desires with drive, and face consequences bravely. Keep an open mind as answers reveal your journey. What else for group one? Ignite your soul. Look at all that fire. All this Leo energy here too. Embrace the mysteries of life. Stay open-minded and embrace the wisdom that unfolds from every experience. It's like Spirit's lighting the fire under you. We have the tide of transition at the bottom. And it says, embrace the tides of change with openness, allowing the ebb and flow of life to guide your transformation into love and work. Okay. All right. So that is all that I have for you, group one. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group two. So those of you that resonated with the strawberry obsidian, this is going to be a reading today. So we're asking Spirit for the clarity that you need right now about whatever your situation is that's on your mind. One message is coming through, and I don't know who this is for, but there's Spirit is saying that there's a need to open the windows in your home, okay, to kind of let in some fresh air. There's some stagnant energy in the home, okay? Maybe so many of you are needing to do that to kind of get a little bit of a better flow of energy. It kind of feels like there's some stagnant, stuck energies that are there. This could be due to kind of, because what I'm kind of getting with this is that there may be some emotions, and they can be any type of emotions that maybe that you have been feeling yourself, or even having certain people in the home. And sometimes these energies can linger. And so if we can sometimes pick up, right, or absorb those energies, or even bring them home with us from being in certain environments that are not so great. So this is where Spirit is saying, some of you, if you might be feeling it, you know, just kind of like something needs to change in here in the home. And that could even be helpful with organizing a little bit, or even moving stuff around, clearing your space a little bit. Okay, so let's see here. We've got the lighthouse. Be the guiding light for yourself and others. This kind of reminds me of hermit energy. Be the guiding, or even, you know, yeah, the hermit. Okay, let's pull the tarot. Do I want to use this one? Yeah, let's see what's coming through for you guys. Group 2, what is the clarity that you need right now? We have 10 of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. What is the clarity that you need right now? Group 2. The Three of Cups. The Empress. Taurus and Libra energy. The Queen of Swords. Gemini, Aquarius. The Four of Wands. Five of Swords, and we've got the Ace of Cups. Okay, the situations that kind of look like are coming through here, I'm noticing that there's groups of people. Three of Cups can be a card of friendships. The Four of Wands could be about your home situation. It's also about family, home life. Ten of Pentacles can be about family. So this looks like your relationships here. People that you have surrounding you. And I noticed that we have the Five of Swords here. I'm going to look at that a little bit, but with your card here, be the guiding light for yourself and others. We do have the Empress here and the Queen of Swords. Let's clarify this a little bit. Let's look at this Four of Pentacles. Some of you, there might be some kind of like drama with family or friends, even some toxic situation that you could be dealing with, where there could be like a very competitive energy, like with friends or family. For some of you, that this might be tied into some kind of betrayal here, or even an argument, a falling out with someone. And I almost feel like the way that Spirit is bringing forth this energy is that there's a need for you to perhaps handle this situation from a place of being, I want to say, because the Empress is here, loving and nurturing, but at the same time with the Queen of Swords, this is about boundaries, very clear boundaries, and about being very clear, direct, assertive with your communication. And this might be something that helps you to kind of change or shift the dynamic here in how you move forward with these relationships. You know, so let's just say if there's a bunch of, like, within the friend group, there's a bunch of jealousy and pettiness and, you know, just not good energies, where you kind of are the one who doesn't let whatever is happening here to affect you and your vibration, to throw you out of alignment, where you kind of lead in a way to promote harmony, happiness, joy. What that could be something that helps to shift the energy. Let's see what this Four of Pentacles is. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? The King of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands. Yeah, this feels like boundaries here. A need for standing your ground, not backing down, defending yourself. Queen of Wands. So we've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What is this Five of Swords here? Page of Wands. The Hermit, Virgo. And the Two of Swords. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of getting here, if some of you, I'm getting that there's a trust issue here. I'm also feeling that there's a need for you, and I feel like this is always good for self-reflection, to kind of face certain aspects of our own shadow, but to kind of take a look at what energy you are bringing into a situation, whether it has to do with, coworkers, family members, friends, your current living situation. Because the Five of Swords can talk about drama, negativity, being defensive, confrontational, aggressive. So if we're dealing with, a family member, a friend, a coworker, or even a romantic partner, and we have some wounds that we haven't healed, we can project, right, those insecurities or fears onto others. So I do feel like it's important for you to kind of take some time to reflect upon yourself and how you are communicating with others, what kind of energy you're bringing into a situation. Because there may be something for some of you here where you're needing to look at that, okay? And this might be, maybe improving the way in which we communicate with others. Speaking more from a place of love, without judgment, without criticism, without the negativity, to kind of help to bring relationships to a place of more stability. Maybe that's the quality of friendships, the quality of relationships that you're improving here. The Empress is about nurturing something. If you are by chance, like, you are jealous of someone or envious of someone, or someone is jealous or envious of you, I feel like Spirit is saying here, don't play into that. Keep your vibration high. Work on elevating it and holding on to your power versus giving it away to a situation. It's kind of like where you kind of lead the way for better relationships, right? Because if we do have somebody, let's just say, that's negative around us, we can most certainly drop down low, right? We can drop down low at that level. But, I feel like it's important for you to maintain or keep your composure, or your grace, your elegance, your power, right? Instead of letting another person know that you are affected by their whatever it is. Maybe if there's someone who's judgmental or criticizing of you, so what, right? That's not a you problem. That's a them problem. That's insecurities or immaturity or something that they need to work on with themselves. So I feel like it's important for us to take a look at what kind of energy, right, we're bringing into it as well. And sometimes we don't see that, right? We don't see it. We don't have self-awareness about how we're also bringing or contributing to a certain energy. So I feel like this is where Spirit is really wanting you to take some time, to perhaps work on elevating your vibration, or holding on or maintaining what you've already got as the Empress here. Yeah, some of you, I'm feeling like there's some jealousy here, or possessiveness or control. I mean, you could have a friend who's very possessive over you, very jealous, very trying to control every single thing that you do. I used to have a friend like that. It was not good. It was very toxic. I wasn't allowed to have my own opinion, my own desires. Like, if I said, let's just say there was like I don't know, we'll use the example of like 3 different cars, right? And then this friend or ex-friend would have like their group of friends too, and I was like the newest one to the group, and all the friends would agree with that controlling friend, that they all agreed that they liked that car in that color, And I was like, well, no, I don't like that one. I like this one over here. And then it made, this person made me feel bad for, um, liking something different, liking something that I felt fit me better instead of kind of going along with what that person wanted, and would make like really nasty comments and be like, what is wrong with you? Why would you choose that? Like, just really awful. And I was too insecure. My self esteem was very low. And I started to feel ashamed. Like, I'm not fitting in. Maybe I'm not good enough, or, I should start agreeing with what this person is saying to make them happy, or to not feel so left out because everybody else likes that one. Maybe I should like that one too. And I started to realize after being away from that person, like, no, no, what was I doing? Like, how did I not see myself and needing to stand up for myself, to be assertive and to be like, no, I don't care what you like. This is what I like, and that's it, you know? So I had to find my voice and to learn to, maybe not so much again dropping to the negativity where I could have in that moment said to that person a whole bunch of nasty things right back, but coming in as the Queen of Swords to kind of make my own presence known, my own voice heard, and because the Queen of Swords, she's like the Ice Queen. She can be very cold and very detached, and she's got some strong boundaries, right? She's not about the BS. But the Empress is very loving. So I kind of feel like this is where you kind of find that balance here with how to handle this person or this situation, So if you have like a boss around you, or a coworker, or, a family member, a friend, because that's what this situation feels like that's coming through here. A partner, a romantic partner, and this person is feeling like they can control you, they can manipulate you, they can confuse you, they can make you feel like you're disempowered. This is a message for you to stand in your power in a way like you teach people how to treat you. You stand your ground, your boundaries are non-negotiable, right? Yes, we can be loving, we can be nurturing, but if you're going to talk to me a certain way and try to manipulate me or try to control me, we're going to come in with that Queen of Swords. We're not playing, right? We're not up for the mind games. We're not up for and we don't have to be rude, right? Because Queen of Swords, she can be rude in her shadow energy, but, and just as manipulative. But we can be very firm, very direct, very clear, but also come from a place of, respect, and get our point across, and kind of assert our, I don't know if I really want to say dominance, but to kind of let people know, whether it is coworker, friend, romantic partner, that it's not okay, right? We're not taking that road. We're not taking the toxic road. If that's what you want to kind of sit with and function from, we're not going to be a part of it, right? We're all about nurturing relationships that are harmonious, that are balanced, that are respectful. And so this could be where you make the decision to communicate, yes, your point, your message, from a place of love, from a place of gentleness and kindness, but also letting people know your boundaries cannot be crossed, right? And if that person does try to butt up against those boundaries of yours and try to, say something or do something, that you're going to let them know. You're going to put them in their place. But again, not disrespectful, but kind of asserting your power, that this is something that you don't tolerate, right? And so being the guiding light for yourself and others, I feel like this is you embodying that energy of grace in how you carry yourself with whatever situation that you are dealing with. And like I said, this looks like relationships here. Different types of relationships, different types of family situations, friendships, and to maintain your power, your stability, your security. And maybe for some of you, if you're like, I don't want to, say the wrong thing to this person because I don't want to upset them. And you feel like you're walking on eggshells. Like, I don't want to lose them. They've been my friend for a long time, or I've been with this person for a long time. This is you in a way kind of paving the path for relationships that are aligned with you and your values. And if they're not going to step up by you leading by example, then they can go. Okay? Maybe some of you are asking yourself, like, should I let this person go? Or should I let this friend go? Or should I, trust this person at work or something like that? But, I feel like there's a lot of, like I said, maybe jealousy here, competition. Some of you could be dealing with a person who's incredibly immature. And, all we can do is just like, send the person love and, keep our boundaries in place. And, if it's kind of an energy that we don't want to be around, then, you can certainly stand in your own power here and, again, be that light. That we're not going to kind of be swayed into certain energies, right? So if the person tries to say something and, if you react to it, then they know, oh, I got you. This bothers you. Let me keep going with this kind of energy. But if you kind of are acting unbothered and continue to kind of keep your energy in balance, then it's like, oh, well, I guess, this person is not willing to play into this game here, or this, the mind games, the manipulation, the control, because group two's boundaries are there, so it's kind of like you don't give anything to go off of. You can be very Queen of Swords energy, which is very kind of detached in a way, and be nice when we need to, be supportive, be loving, but at the same time, letting people know, hey, those boundaries are there. Okay. Asserting your power and not, the Seven of Wands is also about facing adversity, facing challenge. And I feel like this is you being able to do that and not being afraid of, whatever this is that you want to move forward with. So, what I want to do, let's actually clarify the lighthouse. What else about this lighthouse spirit, about being the guiding light for self and others? The Nine of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, and I'm seeing the Two of Cups at the bottom, which is about harmony, balance. The Six of Pentacles is also about harmony and balance. It's about equal give and take. I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles energy, this is about being secure in yourself, being self-sufficient, okay with being alone, not needing to be a part of drama or negativity. If there's people, like I said, that are in your life that are not really adding value to your life, that you are moving away from them and opening yourself up to, I feel like, connections that are far more nurturing, and also I feel like it's important here is to monitor any type of overgiving here. Okay, if you find that you are a friend or a family member or a romantic partner who is constantly doing so much for other people and it's not giving anything for you in return, this could also be a time for you to take time to fill your own cup, or to only nurture relationships that are reciprocal. So if you're in a situation, where a person is manipulating you, or, trying to control you, or trying to, be jealous or possessive, or, not really giving you what you need, then this could also a time for self-love. This is a time for, only nurturing those connections that are going to give back to you. So this could be a time for you to give back to yourself. It could be a time for you to evaluate, who you give your time and your energy to make sure it is a reciprocal relationship or connection. Like, what are you getting out of it? Okay. All right, so let's see. Actually, let's clarify this Empress here. 10 of Cups. Three of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. I want to see what this Two of Swords is. We've got Pisces energy here. What is this Two of Swords? The Two of Wands. The Death card. Okay. So some of you might be needing to make a decision about whether or not to let someone go. Five of Pentacles, your needs are not being met here. You're not receiving what you need. There's another message coming in here. Some of you might be involved in like a romantic situation where you are wanting to nurture a long-term relationship. Maybe this might even be the desire for like settling down. Some of you might be wanting to have a family and really kind of, being happy and kind of being at that stage in your life where this is what you want for yourself. But you might be in a situation here where you could be, let's just say this, some of you could be dealing with the person who's not giving that commitment to you, or you could be in a situation where you are involved in a relationship with someone right now, but the beliefs that each of you have or the values or what you both want for your futures, there might be some conflict there. Okay, so you might feel like, okay, I like this person, I love them, I've already invested my time and energy, and I don't want to lose them, but at the same time, I have this other dream or this other vision that I want to fulfill. So some of you could be contemplating cutting things off, okay? Really asking yourself if you should be, continuing on your pursuit, if the person that you're currently connecting with is not aligning with what your vision is for the future. You could be asking yourself, should I, try this again, maybe in a different direction or with someone else? That's another message that's coming through here. So there could be, I'm really, and I don't think this is for everybody here, but some of you might be wanting to have a baby, okay, have a family, and you could be talking to your partner about it, and the partner might be like, I don't know if I want that, or I don't know if I want to get married. And it kind of feels for some of you like this is what you want. So you may have already invested that time there and, trying to decide whether or not you want to stay in a situation and sacrifice your own desires for, having that, or if you should continue on your path and find somebody who's more in alignment with you. Okay, that's another situation in here. So yeah, it looks like there's a choice here, deciding if we want to cut something off or even someone off. The Five of Pentacles is about feeling shut out, isolated. It can also be about needs not being met, not receiving what you need, So the Empress is also about recognizing what your worth is. So those of you that are in situations with family members, with romantic partners, with friends, or even at a job, if you feel like it's not giving to you what you need, this is a need for you to kind of make the decision that you feel is best for you in terms of what your desires are. So like if you're at a job and you know that that boss is not really, you know, giving you the recognition that you deserve, or you feel like you're kind of not, like your boss is not seeing you, right? And not paying you enough. Um, you know, this could be a time for you to um, get yourself out of the comfort zone, maybe even a fear of making some kind of change, and maybe let whoever know, like let's just say the boss know that maybe you're wanting more money. You're wanting more money or a raise or promotion. And if that person is not willing to give that to you, right? This is where you kind of stand your ground and say, okay, you know what? I'm going. It's time to go, because, you know, you could also be inspiring even other people in your environment. Like let's just say you're at your job and you feel, okay, I'm not receiving what I need here. It's time to go. And you do have coworkers that are watching you as you take that risk and make the choice that is best for yourself, where you can be that guiding light for others to inspire them to make the change in their life that they need to, right? Where you can inspire family members, you can inspire friends, you can inspire, you know, even romantic partners, where, you know, that you're showing in a sense like, this is what I have to offer, this is what I'm willing to give and put into this connection. And of course, you know, there might be some people who are not, you know, in a place where they feel like they're ready to take that leap. But certainly by you kind of maintaining your energy here, by doing what it is that you desire and pursuing what you want, you know, and the person might not really think about it at that time, but it can certainly be something that sticks with them, where they might have an epiphany later, you know, to kind of help to shift them into their highest alignment for themselves. Okay, we've got Scorpio energy here as well. So let's pull our oracle here. So group 2. So I feel like the takeaway here is that there is a situation, whatever this might be, that is where you're not receiving what you need. And there is feeling stuck about ending something here. And I feel like it's important for you to put yourself in a position where you're open to receive what it is that you truly desire. And if the current situation that you're dealing with isn't giving that to you, then this can certainly be a need for you to, you know, put yourself first, and really choose you. Okay? Choose you. Maybe this is changing friend groups, or, you know, making new friends instead of holding on to ones that are not really giving to you in a way, fulfilling for you, or relationships. What else for group 2? We have affirmation for growth. So here it looks like she's got a new little potted plant here. This is about expansion and growth for you. You know, maybe for some of you, this is a new beginning here because it is a new plant. A new plant. Okay. Let's get some final messages for you. Group 2. The seed of potential. It says plant the seed of potential and nurture its sprouting promise with care and intention. And this kind of feels like this seed of potential is something new, okay? Because it kind of looks like there might be a situation that's not serving you. I'm seeing growth potential. Embrace change to unlock your full potential and flourish. Okay, so again, whatever this situation is, Spirit is kind of encouraging you to start something new, begin something new to help you to further expand, grow with family situations, whether it's your personal growth, your friendships, coworkers. Some of you, like I said, might be needing to get yourself out of a toxic situation for you, or being manipulated into, you know, holding on to a situation that you really know doesn't serve you. At the bottom, we have embrace courage, open your mind, learn from experiences, and let answers unfold in your journey. Okay. All right. So that is all that I have for you, group 2. I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, group 3. So those of you that resonated with the yellow Jasper, this is going to be a reading today. So we're finding out the clarity that you need right now from Spirit. Let's take a look at your first card. We have Potion. It says, mix your desires with action for real results. Mix your desires with action for real results. So maybe this is like something that you've been thinking about, an idea, and needing to put forth the action required in order for you to manifest this. So let's see. Group number 3. Okay, let's see, group 3. What is the clarity that you need right now? King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Knight of Swords. 10 of Wands. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Temperance. The Death card. The Ace of Swords. Three of Cups. And the Knight of Wands is at the bottom, which is an energy of action, motivation. Three of Wands. Okay. And the Devil is here with the Two of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you have, and I'm seeing the Four of Wands here with Justice. Some of you, this could be a marriage, some type of commitment here, which could be a relationship, a marriage even. Okay, marriage, long-term relationship, a job. Some of you are living with family right now. Maybe in a situation that you don't, this feels like a living situation maybe for somebody that you don't want to be in, okay? This looks like some of you might be unemployed right now, or in the process of trying to find a better job. There's a need for, some of you are needing to take a first step to set something in motion here, because some of you are procrastinating or needing to put in more effort, consistency, dedication, commitment to improving what your current situation is right now. Some of you are letting fears, self-doubt, hold you back from making this change. And there's a need for, with the Knight of Swords energy here, a real need for focus and swift action. There's most definitely a change here that needs to happen. This could be ending something. So some of you, this could be securing yourself financially, Like, let's just say you're in a relationship or in a marriage, and you really want to be divorced. You want to be divorced. This is where you have to get your finances in order, make that a priority. Some of you might be dealing with a person who does have addictions here, and maybe trying to get out of or away from that person. And this could be something that feels very stressful, very overwhelming. Like, it might be feeling like it's this insurmountable kind of thing that you have to face here, this challenge. Maybe it's going to be very hard, take a lot of effort, a lot of work. I am feeling, because we do have the Knight of Pentacles here, there is a need for being strategic about things, planning things very carefully. But this is about getting your priorities in order, okay? And getting the ball rolling here, because you making this change here is going to lead to... The Three of Cups is a very beautiful celebratory energy. It's about joy and happiness. So some of you might be feeling like that feeling of like, once I get myself out of this situation, I'll feel so happy. I'll feel relieved. I'll feel like the weight has been lifted off my shoulder. Temperance is about being patient, but it's also about manifestation. It's about changing or transmuting energy. It's about balance. So this could be this change that is needed in order to bring more balance into your life. The Three of Wands is going to be, for some of you, taking the first step, because some of you haven't. This is setting the plan in motion, at least taking that first step that's going to set you on the path, as long as you stay committed to it and keep taking steps towards this. Because I'm noticing we do have the Pentacles here. The Pentacles are what we need, right? In order for it to have something in the physical world, material world, we've got to put forth the ideas, the focus, the clarity, the feeling behind it that we have. In this case, the Three of Cups is about joy. So we want to feel joyful, right? For some of you, about making this change. That's going to help to bring about the inspiration and the motivation here. And releasing the fears. Try not to think about how challenging it's going to be, how difficult, how, what I kind of feel and what Spirit is kind of showing to me is like, let's just say you're standing here on the ground and there's this huge mountain, and you're standing so close to the mountain that all you see is this huge obstacle right in front of you. And you keep thinking to yourself, how am I going to get past this? How am I going to get around this, right? So you need to be able to see beyond, like, what's on the other side of you focusing on getting this done, which is a celebration. It is feeling empowered with making this choice here. So the Ace of Swords is about clarity. It's about truth. And this is listening to your soul's truth and what you feel is right for you. I'm noticing that in this Death card, death is standing right over this thread. And it's literally hanging on by a thread. This door on the left side is shut. So it's kind of like we're closing one door, one chapter, and then this one over here is cracked open, right? There's the light that's kind of coming right out of it. So it's kind of like the doorway to your new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles is here, which is an opportunity for a new beginning, to start fresh, start new. Perhaps some of you, that is a new job. The King of Pentacles in reverse some of you might be needing to be better about money, okay? Better about money. Maybe that means saving, being more financially secure, using the resources that you have to create more financial security for yourself. Sometimes with the King of Pentacles in reverse, we could be being wasteful, and just kind of, spending willy-nilly and not really focusing. Like, we might have like this idea and say, oh, I really want to... let's just say the idea is, I really want to move. I want to be able to, buy this house, or I want to move to this new apartment or this new house. But yet once we get the money, it goes somewhere else. And we're not really focused and being disciplined on what the actual plan was. So this is a need to kind of really Get grounded, get focused, and not let your fears get in the way, not let your self-doubt get in the way. We need to let go of that whole being inconsistent, or I'll work on this right now and then we don't, and then we do, and then we don't, or kind of going back and forth here over do I, don't I, and a need for you to kind of really, like I said, really get focused here. And for some of you that have already, say, like taken that first step and you're just like, okay, well, now what? Instead of just kind of waiting, right? Procrastinating, hesitating, we're going to take more steps here. We're going to maybe write down what you need to do in order to achieve the goal or whatever it is that you're wanting here. And we're going to take the idea, the inspiration, trusting in the intuition, and start, like Spirit is saying here, mix your desires with action for real results. Because otherwise, it's just an amazing idea that we have, or it's just a feeling of wanting to do X, Y, Z. We have to create the change that we wish to see. If we want life to be different, if we want to have a better job, if we want to have a better relationship or better relationships, then this is that time for really, sticking to it, sticking with the plan, being consistent, dedicating and committing yourself to whatever this is for you. The Three of Wands is about also anticipation and expectations, so some of you could be like waiting for something to happen for you and not taking action, like saying, oh, I really want to do, this or that, but I'm going to wait. Right. And so like the whole waiting around, procrastinating here, this is where Spirit is asking you to take inspired action. Right. If we really want to do something, then this is a need for us to really kind of get ourselves in order, to really focus on it, because this is Spirit telling you, you can do it. You can make it happen. You've got what it takes. And it's kind of holding on to that vision of happiness, of celebration, of I did it, I made it. Also with the King of Pentacles in reverse, this can be looked at as an undependable or unreliable energy, something that is not secure. Maybe some of you are not feeling the most financially secure right now. Maybe finances are, a little bit of a struggle right now, where you're struggling making ends meet. But again, we want to be able to change that energy. We want to be able to, because the two and the other pentacle here, that's the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is about expansion and growth. So it feels like there's more nurturing that's required here of whatever that idea is. Perhaps it's a creative pursuit or something that Spirit is wanting you to do. Some of you, it literally is about moving here. The Knight of Wands is here, which can certainly be about travel. And I noticed that all of these, the knights are on brooms. What else here? Two of Pentacles is also about making choices. So if some of you were being indecisive, the Two of Pentacles is about weighing our options here. And, yeah, some of you I'm getting, because of how thin that thread is there, it's like death is like right there. To just like kind of cut the cord, cut the attachment, or, some of you could be codependent upon another person. And if that is the case, then this is where we need to become more self-sufficient, and really work hard on that. Make that the priority, make that the focus, is financial stability. Those of you that are out of a job right now, and you do have, say, like this amazing idea of a new career opportunity for yourself, this is where we really get going with it. Okay. To stop procrastinating. And I know easier said than done, because sometimes that energy hits hard where we feel like, I lack the motivation to do this. But this is like Spirit cracking the whip here, I feel like, and saying, it's time to move. It's time to move. It's time to go. We got to get going. get focused, get organized, get your ducks in a row, and let's make this happen. Okay, so we've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here, Capricorn energy, Taurus, Virgo, Sagittarius. We already talked about that. So let's clarify a little bit. Let's look at that Knight of Swords. Yeah, some of you might be in a situation right now that you feel is kind of holding you back. It could even be a person, you know, being stuck in a situation right now. And the devil is an illusion, right? So we can certainly have the illusion of being stuck. That feeling of, I can't get out. I can't do anything. I can't, you know, make things happen. But Spirit's like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Why is the Knight of Swords here? We've got the Moon, Pisces energy. Judgment, yeah. So there's a big decision here. The Judgment card is about answering the call of our soul. Seven of Cups, this is about having a dream. This is about looking at your options here. Some of you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with many different options. The Seven of Cups is about analysis paralysis, which can also keep us stuck. The Moon is also about fears and insecurities. Okay. If you look at this little image here, you can see how there's a little house cat here, but when he looks inside of the little water here, it's like seeing its reflection as like this big jungle cat. So it's afraid, right? There's fear there. So the Moon can talk about what's in our subconscious, which I like to think of as like the programs that are running in the background, which could be insecurities, irrational fears, fear of the unknown, uncertainty, and confusion, right? And this can certainly put us in a confused state when we have so many different options. But again, this energy can lead to stagnancy. So the Knight of Swords is about being laser focused, okay? Laser focused on whatever this is that we need to do here. Judgment is like Spirit telling you, make a decision. Make a decision. Follow your heart, what your heart is telling you here, your intuition. Okay, with the Moon is also about intuition, but with the Moon energy, we can be a little clouded. We can have clouded judgment. Things can feel kind of distorted because we don't know exactly, right? When we have this new beginning here, we don't know exactly where that path is going to lead, and change for sometimes it's scary for us, right? We're like, okay, well, if I do this, what's going to happen? You know, what's going to happen next? And so this is where we might stagnate and kind of say, oh, well, I'll just wait for something to happen. I'll wait for something to come along. Right? That's where you need to kind of create the shift here, because here we've got that little potion bottle, and I'm imagining that inside that potion bottle is all your wishes, all your hopes, all your dreams, and there's a cork on it. Right? They're all bottled up. So we need to take the cork off and let it out, and create magic here. So let's look at this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. We got Scorpio energy here. Also, there's like little flowers here that are on the outside of the bottle, but I'm imagining as them inside, right? Like there's this potential for growth here, but we've got to open up to it, open up to receive it, open up to create, take action here. Eight of Swords, look at that. Negative thinking. That's all the self-imposed negativity, okay? Fears. I can't do this. I'm going to fail. I'm not good enough. This isn't going to happen for me. All the things that we tell ourselves, right, in that devil energy that just keeps you stuck, right? Your own ego, shadow aspect of self, unhealthy aspects of the ego that keep you stuck and feeling like you can't do it. right? The whole feeling of I'm trapped, I'm limited, I'm restricted. Six of Swords, Justice. A Six of Swords is a detachment, moving away from something, moving on from something. Some of you are needing to get yourself out of a situation for your highest good because it's the best choice you can make for yourself. Some of you, it is a marriage. For some of you, it might be some type of contract with the Justice card here. Some of you might be leaving a job here, leaving a career to do something new. I just lost my train of thought here. So we've got Eight of Swords, negative thinking. It's holding you back. Six of Swords is a need to move away from that. Even moving away from that. Move away from the thoughts of being stuck. The negative thinking. The Sun in reverse. King of Cups. And the Five of Wands. We've got Leo energy here. Also Cancerian energy. Yeah, it feels like there's a feeling of wanting a change here, but feeling conflicted, you know. Some of you could be feeling some type of internal conflict over this new beginning for yourself. Okay, let's look at this Two of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. There's the inspiration, creativity, the Knight of Cups. So again, I'm feeling like Spirit's message here is to really follow your heart's desire. Again, try to let go of these negative thoughts. I'm seeing this Three of Pentacles at the bottom. And when I look at this, the way that this is created here, there's one solid pentacle there, and the other two are painted on, like they're not there yet. So maybe for some of you, this is about making a plan. Making a plan here. Some of you have a dream of entrepreneurship, opening your own business. So this could be really putting these business ideas together, collaborating with others that might help to, you know, make you feel empowered, lift you up, give you the advice that you need, the encouragement, the support. Yeah, I'm seeing the Hierophant at the bottom. Some of you, this could be going back to school. The Hierophant can talk about education, higher knowledge, and wisdom. So some of you, this could be taking a class. It could even be teaching something. Some of you might have some skills here and a lot of knowledge that you need to share, you know, and that could be like a business idea here. Taurus energy. Okay, let's pull an oracle for you. We have ground and center. Looks like all this powerful energy that's surrounding. Like he's calling in energy, calling in this power. Some of you may need to ground, spending time outdoors in nature, going for a walk, because it's going to help you to give you the clarity. It's going to help you to feel, it's going to ease, I feel like for some of you, a lot of the negative thinking, the anxious thoughts, the worrying, the stressing, and help to kind of give you a little bit of a reset, help you to feel more peaceful, grounded, calm, and energized, so that you have the clarity that you need, and you feel kind of restored in a sense that you're now ready to say, okay, now let's do this. Right? Where you're just like on fire, making things happen here. Okay. So let's pull some last messages for you. Anything else for group 3? We have saving grace here. Forgiving yourself and others heals the wound and sets you free. Turn the page. Embrace new chapters with curiosity. Openness paves the path to wisdom. Yeah, so definitely we're talking about freedom here. Turning the page, new chapter. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have give up control. Release your grip on outcomes. Embrace the present moment's wisdom. Okay? Sometimes we feel like when we're, doing something here that it has to kind of look a certain way. And that could keep us closed off to opportunities. Most certainly there's a need for us to understand that sometimes spirit brings it in, maybe in a different package, right? In the way that we expect, because we have a certain idea in our mind that this is what it needs to look like, but it comes in a different form. All right, so I'm going to leave it here for you, group 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.